Uh, Hello, welcome to the students of SYBSC class. Here we are studying physics paper second, electronics. We have to briefly discuss or introduce about semiconductors. Knowledge of semiconductors is very important for this paper. Let us we have to study about the basics of semiconductors. Let us we have to explain what are semiconductors. On which factor the conductivity of the semiconductor is to be depends here. According to the electrical conductivity, solids are classified as conductors, insulators, and semiconductors. Conductors, insulators, and semiconductors. Semiconductors are those materials whose electrical conductivity lies between the conductivity of the insulator and that of the conductor. The electrical conductivity of the semiconductor is greater than the conductivity of the insulator and less than the conductivity of the conductor. Semiconductors can also be explained in terms of resistivity. Resistivity is the reciprocal of the conductivity. The resistivity of the semiconductor also lies between the resistivity of the conductor and that of the insulator. The resistivity of the semiconductor is greater than the resistivity of the conductor and less than the resistivity of the insulator. Now let us see about the types of the semiconductors. Semiconductors are classified into two types. Intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. Intrinsic means intrinsic semiconductors are the pure semiconductors. Intrinsic semiconductors are the pure semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors are the Doppler semiconductors. Let us first see about the intrinsic semiconductors. Pure semiconductors are known as intrinsic semiconductors. Pure semiconductors are known as intrinsic semiconductors. Now in this case, number of electrons equal to the number of holes. E for electrons. Now these are the free electrons. These are free electrons. Due to the temperature, electron holes pairs are created in the semiconductor material due to the breaking of covalent bonds, and hence the free electrons and holes are present there, but their number is very less. Now another one is extrinsic semiconductor. The conductivity of the material is depends on the number of carriers present in that material. To increase the conductivity, we have to increase the number of carriers in that material. We know that there are two types of the carriers, positive and negative carriers. Now in case of semiconductors, the carriers are electrons and holes. Either we can increase the electrons or holes in that materials. Now here, to increase the conductivity of the semiconductor, we can add the foreign impurity to that material. And the process of adding the foreign impurity to the pure semiconductor is called as the doping. The process of adding the foreign impurity to the pure semiconductor is called as doping. Doping improves the conductivity of the material. As the number of carriers increases, the conductivity increases. That means we can control the conductivity of the semiconductor material by this doping process. That's why the doping is important. And the semiconductor forms are called as the extrinsic semiconductors. Doppler semiconductors are known as extrinsic semiconductors. Doppler semiconductors are known as extrinsic semiconductors. Now we can remind here again short. Intrinsic means pure semiconductors. In this case, the number of free electrons equal to the number of holes. And extrinsic semiconductor means Doppler semiconductors. Now in this case, the number of carriers are improved, and that's why the conductivity is also improved here in case of extrinsic semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductors are also classified into two types. As we have seen earlier, either we can increase the number of electrons or number of holes, according to which there are two types of these extrinsic semiconductors, p-type semiconductor and n-type semiconductors. Now let us first see about the p-type semiconductor here. When the trivalent impurity like indium or boron is added to the pure semiconductor, the semiconductor form is called as p-type semiconductor. Now let us see how the p-type semiconductors are formed here. Now let us consider the pure silicon crystal. Silicon, that is, it is in pure form, that we can see here. The silicon atoms are bonded together by the covalent bonds, that we can see here. Silicon atoms are bonded together by these covalent bonds. Covalent bond means sharing of electrons, that we can see here. There is sharing of electrons. Here we are observing. Now, in this crystal, trivalent impurity, suppose indium is added here. Indium is added here such that each indium atom is surrounded by 4 silicon atoms, that we can see here. This indium atom is surrounded by 4 silicon atoms. Indium has 3 valence electrons. Silicon has 4 valence electrons. Now, we can see here, this indium atom can provide 1 electron in this covalent bond, and silicon atom provide 1 electron, and in this way, this covalent bond is completed here. For this second covalent bond, 1 electron is shared from this silicon atom, and this 1 electron is shared from this indium atom. This second covalent bond is completed here. Similarly, for this third covalent bond, that we can see here, and in this case, the third covalent bond is also completed here. For this fourth covalent bond, now see here, this silicon atom can provide 1 electron here. But for this fourth covalent bond, now the already 3 valence electrons are given by this indium atom. Now it doesn't have any electron to provide this for this fourth covalent bond. And here is the deficiency of the electron that we can see here. Here is the deficiency of the electron in this bond. And this deficiency of electron creates the hole that we can see. Thus, 1 indium atom added provides 1 hole in this case. 1 indium atom provides 1 hole. Now, similarly here, this indium atom provides 1 hole here. This indium is also surrounded by 4 silicon atoms, that we can see. Now, in this way, when we add the small amount of impurity, because the small amount of impurity contains the million number of atoms, and hence the addition of small amount of impurity provide million number of atoms, and hence million number of holes are provided by the small amount of impurity, and hence in this case number of holes are greater than the number of electrons. Number of holes are greater than the number of electrons. And hence, in case of this p-type semiconductor, you must note here that as the number of holes are largest or greater, the majority carriers are electrons. Sorry, majority carriers are holes in this material. That we can see here, majority carriers are holes in this material. In this case, the majority carriers are holes. And electrons are less in number, and therefore electrons are minority carriers. And hence we can write here, in case of p-type semiconductor, minority carriers are electrons. This is the most important thing that you must have to keep in your mind, as it is the basic of these p-type semiconductors. Now we can see here again. Or we can repeat it like this. When trivalent impurity like indium or boron is added to the pure semiconductor, the semiconductor form is called as p-type semiconductor. Now consider the silicon crystal. Indium impurity is added to it such that each indium is surrounded by 4 silicon atoms. Each indium is surrounded by 4 silicon atoms. Silicon has 4 valence electrons. Indium has 3 valence electrons. Each indium atom completes 3 covalent bonds with the 3 neighboring silicon atoms. But for the 4th covalent bond, indium atom cannot provide the electron. Hence, there is a deficiency of electron in this 4th covalent bond. This deficiency of electron creates a hole. This deficiency of electron creates the hole. Thus, one indium atom added provides one hole here. The small amount of impurity contains the million number of atoms, and if a small amount of trivalent impurity is added, it provides million number of holes in the material. And hence in p-type semiconductor, majority carriers are holes and minority carriers are electrons. Now let us see about the n-type semiconductor. When the pentavalent impurity, like pentavalent impurity is arsenic or antimony, is added to the pure semiconductor, the semiconductor form is called as the n-type semiconductor. As we have seen in case of p-type semiconductor, we use the trivalent impurity. And in case of N-type semiconductor, we use the pentavalent impurity. Again, we can consider the silicon crystal here. We know that silicon atoms are bonded together by the covalent bonds. Here we can see the covalent bonds formed between the silicon atoms. Covalent bond means, as we have seen, sharing of electrons. Now, in this case, pentavalent impurities, suppose arsenic is added here. Each arsenic atom is added such that it is surrounded by 4 silicon atoms. That we can see. It is surrounded by 4 silicon atoms. Now, arsenic has 5 valence electrons. Silicon has 4 valence electrons. Now, we can see here for this first covalent bond, 1 electron is from silicon atom, 1 electron is from this arsenic atom. This first covalent bond is completed. 1 electron from this silicon atom, 1 electron is from this arsenic atom. This second bond is also completed here. Here for this third covalent bond also, we can see that this third covalent bond in the same way is completed. Fourth covalent bond is also completed here. But now see that arsenic has 4 valence electrons. 4 valence electrons are given in this 4 for the completion of these 4 covalent bonds. But the 5th valence electron cannot find a place in these 4 covalent bonds. And hence, this 5th valence electron remains as a free electron. This 5th valence electron, as it cannot find a place in covalent bond, it remains as a free electron. Similarly, here this is also the free electron. That we can see here. 1 indium atom added, sorry, not indium, arsenic. 1 arsenic atom added provide 1 free electron. And even we can add here the small amount of impurity. The small amount of impurity contains the million number of atoms, and hence even the small amount of impurity is added here, it provides million number of free electrons. And hence, in case of N-type semiconductor material, number of free electrons, in this case, number of free electrons are greater than number of holes. Number of free electrons are greater than number of holes. And hence, majority carriers are electrons in this material, and minority carriers are holes. That we can say here in case of this N-type material, the majority carriers are electrons. Majority carriers are electrons, and minority carriers are holes. Minority carriers in this case are holes. Thus we can remind again, in P-type material, majority carriers are holes, minority carriers are electrons, and in N-type material, majority carriers are electrons and minority carriers are holes. Thank you very much.